What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's very controversial episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we are now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer. Only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed, the possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. Much similar to what I pulled out of my Genesis Impact box that I opened last year, which is obviously this B-Cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely beautiful, you guys. Obviously, this is going to be going up in price later on, sometime this year, with all the new different dark base decks that are going to be coming out, especially the new Yubel support. Definitely pick yourself up a few copies of these. Obviously, I am going to be getting it graded, but the centering on the back, though, unfortunately, is a bit off. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. I will be getting this card graded, but I never came up with a good opportunity to do so. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want to see some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 80% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys aren't even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys haven't subscribed, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which basically ties with this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, which is this. Do you guys believe that Brock Lesnar will be back in WWE? Let me know down in the comments below, and that is exactly what we are going to be talking about, is the recent rumors that WWE has brought back Brock Lesnar to WWE. Now, I do want to point out that as well, that on WWE.com's Superstars page, that Brock Lesnar is actually listed back on WWE's system. So here's WWE.com, and here's Brock Lesnar's. There's Brock Lesnar's profile right there, and it's kind of interesting because when you really think about it, excuse me. when you really think about it, Brock Lesnar has become probably one of the most, I wouldn't say influential, but one of the most iconic superstars we've had in WWE in quite some time. And his absence away from WWE, I think since what, SummerSlam last year? Yes, yeah. Ever since SummerSlam last year, a lot of the fans, a lot of members of the WWE universe were speculating that maybe he's done with WWE. Well, unfortunately, that was not the case, as his return to WWE was shrouded with uncertainty, with the rumors linking his absence to what was going on with Vince McMahon and the lawsuit that he has, which obviously I'm not gonna get into that. You guys already know. You guys have seen social media. You guys already know what's up with that. But despite that, apparently WWE has reinstated Brock Lesnar on to the roster, which has been leaving fans in quite the stir. And interestingly enough, he found his way back into the WWE 2K24 video game. However, just like with CM Punk, you have to do certain things to unlock Brock Lesnar. As you know, it's the same thing with CM Punk. As far as what it is, I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, and it literally has left WWE fans with so many questions that not even WWE would be able to answer. And one of the biggest questions was, could we see Brock Lesnar compete at WrestleMania this year? And honestly, given how deep we are into the road to WrestleMania, I don't think it's possible. I don't think we're going to be getting Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania this year. I mean, think about this. Brock Lesnar has been a part of every single WrestleMania since he came back to WWE in 2012. Think about this. WrestleMania 29 against Triple H. WrestleMania 30 against The Undertaker. We all know that one. WrestleMania 31 against Roman Reigns. WrestleMania 32 against Dean Ambrose. WrestleMania 33 against Goldberg. WrestleMania 34 against Roman Reigns. WrestleMania 35 against Seth Rollins. WrestleMania 36 against Drew McIntyre. And the only WrestleMania that he missed was WrestleMania 37. That was the only one he missed. He did not attend that WrestleMania whatsoever, but the last two he attended. WrestleMania 38 against Roman, and last year's WrestleMania here in my hometown of LA against Omos, which that was probably one of Brock's biggest challenges. Excuse me. Given how difficult it is for one mortal man to defeat Omos, Brock Lesnar was able to pull it off. And it's also interesting to note that for some reason rumors have speculated that with the lawsuit, WWE and 2K have actually removed Vince from the game itself. So if you're ever playing the 2K showcase, which I believe for this year's showcase, it's the 40 years of WrestleMania showcase. If you ever run into if you're ever playing matches that feature Vince McMahon, once they cut to the cutscene of what actually happened at that WrestleMania, his face gets blurred for obvious reasons. In fact, I think ever since he stepped up during the Attitude Era, I think he's been a part of WrestleMania 15, 16, 17, 19, WrestleMania 20, 22, 23, 26, and I think that's it. And also 37. So he's attended quite a few WrestleManias TV wise, but for the most part he's always been more of a backstage type of person. But again, obviously this has left fans with more questions than answers, and obviously one of the biggest questions was why Brock Lesnar was absent from WWE TV. Obviously we just talked about it involving Vince. We hadn't seen him since his loss to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. And another question was actually this: was Brock Lesnar scheduled to take part in the Royal Rumble? Yes. And funny enough, the answer was yes. There were rumors swirling all over social media that the original idea was for Brock Lesnar to be a part of the men's Royal Rumble match, but because of those legal matters, which again we already know, Brock Lesnar got taken out of it. Excuse me. And another question as well is Brock Lesnar playable in WWE 2K24? I talked about that earlier on in this video, and this is actually off of a website called MSN.com, and they actually posted this not that long ago. So big shout out, no copyrights as always. But one of the other questions that was posted was, is Brock Lesnar playable in WWE 2K24? And they answered it by saying this: Lesnar is included in the game, but his availability may be restricted to certain game modes. So I'm assuming maybe the showcase mode. Once you go get into 2K Showcase, he might be playable, because the only WrestleManias that he competed in were WrestleMania 19 against Kurt Angle, WrestleMania 20 against Goldberg, 29 against Triple H. Again, the ones that I mentioned already: Triple H, Undertaker, Roman, not once, not twice, but 3 times, which is absolutely insane. Seth Rollins. Who else can I think of that was Drew McIntyre? I think Omos could potentially be a part of the showcase. But yeah, and then there was one last question that also had to have been asked, which is this: will Brock Lesnar be returning to WWE TV programming? And they answered saying, while Brock Lesnar's name is back on the roster, it's not yet confirmed if or when he will return to TV. So obviously we have to ask, could we see him back on WWE TV at some point? Yes, 100%. I can totally see Brock Lesnar coming back to WWE, potentially to help Cody Rhodes finish the story. Is it possible? Absolutely. But think about this. Let's say, for example, Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins lose to Roman Reigns and The Rock on night 1 of WrestleMania. Let's say that. Obviously, The Rock said it best. Bloodline rules. Night 2 of WrestleMania, it's Rollins versus McIntyre for the World Heavyweight title. Odds are, we might end up seeing Seth Rollins pin Drew McIntyre clean in spite of what The Rock said. Then we go into the main event. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. What happens? The Bloodline gets involved. The Rock gets involved. Guess what? Brock Lesnar shows up. Brock Lesnar shows up, attacks The Rock, attacks Roman Reigns. Cody hits Roman with crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Rhodes wins. Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it bound to happen? Probably not. But I will say this. Whenever Brock Lesnar does come back, I can almost guarantee you he won't be going after any championships whatsoever, because he even said in an interview a while back, I think with I want to say it was with Pat McAfee on the Pat McAfee show, that Brock Lesnar has no desire to win championships at all. He's only in it because he loves the fans. I believe I believe it was the Pat McAfee show, or it could have been somewhere else. But yeah. So I don't know. I will say this: when Brock Lesnar does come back, there's gonna be a loud pop for Brock Lesnar, and it's going to be interesting to say the very least. But with that being said, that will do it for this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.